everyone. Today in our benchmark booklets, Many Characters, Many Points of View, we're going to read the story, The Blind Men and the Elephant. And again today, we're going to look at the key events in this story. Remember how I mentioned that looking for key events in a story is a good way to increase or make stronger your comprehension of a story, because remember, it's not enough just to read the words in a story to know what the words are, but also to comprehend a story, or else reading is no fun. So we're going to practice comprehending or understanding a story by looking for the key events in this story, The Blind Men and the Elephant. So I'm going to go ahead and have the computer read the story, and then together you and I are going to find out the key elements. So let me go ahead and get started.
Short Read 1. Remember to annotate as you read.
The Blind Men and the Elephant. Long ago, in a village in India, there lived 5 blind men. The men had been blind since birth, and they had learned to rely on their other senses to understand the world. The 5 men were curious about many things, including nature and animals. One animal they were especially curious about was the elephant.
Okay, so I'm going to stop here. Can you think of a main event or a key event, an important thing that happened on this page? Well, first we got to know about the characters, right? So I'm going to change my color to black here so I could do some writing over here. We're going to write our key events right over here. There we go. Okay, so we know that the characters are 5 blind men. We know they've been blind since birth, and they use their other senses. It says right here, they use their other senses to understand the world. Now, the 5 senses that we have are sight, being able to see, hearing, smelling, tasting, and feeling. So they can't see, they're blind. So they use their 4 other senses, hearing and smelling and tasting and feeling, to understand the world. So they have to smell things and listen to things and feel things and taste things to help them basically see the world around them without using their eyes. And it says here they were curious about many things, including nature and animals. One animal they were especially curious about was the elephant. So I would say that a key event here would be that the 5 blind men wanted to learn about what? The elephant. So let's type that in. Let's see if I can make this box bigger. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, the 5 men, let's say blind men, because that's kind of important to know, wanted to learn about, instead of the elephant, because it's not just one elephant they want to know about, it's all elephants, right? So let's put elephants. Okay, good job. We found the key event on the first page. Let's go to the second page.
One day, some villagers took the 5 men to the Raja's palace, where an elephant was kept. The Raja was a kind and wise ruler. He encouraged the men to examine the elephant and learn more about it. So the first blind man touched the elephant's trunk. An elephant is like a large snake, he proclaimed.
If you proclaim something, that means you say something with a lot of excitement. You see the exclamation point here. An elephant is like a large snake. He said that very excitedly. So, key event here. Let's see, let me get my little text box back. There we go. Okay, so a key event here, I would say, would be that they met the Raja. A Raja is a ruler in India. And the Raja encouraged, it says he encouraged the men to examine the elephant. And the first man touched the elephant and said that the elephant is like a large snake. And he said that because he touched the elephant's trunk. So, for the key event, we could write the Raja. I'm going to make this box bigger. There we go. Had the blind men touch the elephant. And looks like I have to make this bigger. One man said, see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Let's see. There we go. Said that it was like a snake. So that's a key event that we need to know. The Raja had the blind man touch an elephant. One man said it was like a snake. Let's go to the next page.
The second blind man touched the elephant's side. An elephant is like a hard wall, he announced. The third blind man felt the elephant's tusk. The elephant is as sharp as a spear, he exclaimed. The fourth blind man touched the elephant's huge ear. The elephant is like a gigantic fan, he announced.
Oh boy. So what happened here? What happened is that each man had a different opinion about how the elephant was, huh? So let's write that as a key event. One man said it was like a wall. One man said it was like a spear. One man said it was like a fan. So each man had a different opinion about what the elephant was like. So let's write that down. A different, let's make this bigger. Let's see, here we go. Opinion about what elephant was like. All right, let's keep reading.
The fifth blind man felt the elephant's tail. The elephant is like a rope, he declared. Then the men began arguing because each thought he was right. So the Raja interrupted them. Each of you has touched only one part of the elephant, he explained. To know the elephant, you must put all the parts together.
Okay, so what was the key event here? Well, let's see. They could not decide what the elephant was like because they each felt a different part of the elephant. And the Raja said, well, to know the elephant, you have to put all the parts together. So they were all right, weren't they? But they each didn't have the whole story, the whole the whole, how would you put that? The whole story about what the elephant was like. They each only had a little part of it. So the key event would be the Raja explained, and we'll make this bigger. There we go. Oops. At all of the elephant's parts put together made a whole elephant. Thank goodness for that. If an elephant was just a trunk or just ears or just tusks, that would be a pretty strange looking elephant, wouldn't it? So all of the parts together made the whole elephant. That would be the key event. Okay, good job finding those key events.